Well, welcome to the range, folks. My name is Ricky Bruley, and this is our segment of Shiny Objects. Welcome to the Range Podcast. I'm Ricky Bruley, and with me is Jake Hollywood Iverson. Join us at the Archery Range, where we'll tell stories from the hunt, discuss technical bow shooting tactics and gear, and pick the brains of some of the most successful people to ever shoot a bow. Whether you're about to shoot that X for the win or send an arrow at a trophy buck, this podcast is for you. The Range Podcast is brought to you by Vapor Trail Archery, makers of the best bowstrings money can buy, originators of limb-driven arrow rest technology, and innovators of Stokerized stabilizer systems. I am here with Mr. Frank Welsch. He is a Vapor Trail and Stokerized pro staffer and also a very accomplished hunter and many other accomplished with many other things as well. But we're going to talk about our current shiny object. This segment is essentially anything that has got you obsessed right now or hyper-focused. It can be a new bow, it can be a new piece of gear, it can be a trip that you have coming up, a book, a song, whatever. So, Mr. Frank Welsch, What is your shiny object, my friend? We'll be right back. Hey everybody, Ricky Bruley here, Vapor Trail. We're really excited about some new features that we've just added to the Gen Integrate X limb driver arrow rest. Previous model that we had the micro adjust knob that stuck out, and so it made it difficult to remove these one-piece low pro quiver from Matthews. We've eliminated that knob, and now it's an Allen key that you would use to make that adjustment. We thinned up the area here where the activation cord is as well. We really squeezed it in about 1/4 of an inch. It's a little bit lower profile, so now you don't have any issues with the low profile quiver. Comes off nice and easy. You also have, of course, the added feature of the integrated mounting system, so you can mount the arrow rest right to the rail on the riser of the bow. Additional features include new markings that differentiate your locking screws from your windage and elevation screws. All Vapor Trail arrow rests have a free-floating head, providing more forgiveness and greater downrange accuracy. No need for a bow press. Simply tie the activation cord to the limb and say goodbye to interference with cam timing caused by cable-driven arrow rests. The new and improved GI8X is available and ready to ship. Trust the originators of limb-driven technology and head over to our website at vaportrailarchery.com or stop into your local archery pro shop to get yours today.
Well, I've kind of I've had an accident, and my mobility is kind of a little bit on the, mend. So with that stuff in my life right now, I did get to eBikes Pros, Jeremy and Kate Appel. They actually hooked me up, and I got a Rambo bike. So nice. An e-bike. So it's been really kind of cool learning the technology. And then also, because there's components to the bike, what would work, what wouldn't work. So, and I've been making some modifications because now I have to have a cane. So I've got a cane carrier on it, and I've got my backpack and stuff that fits on that. And there's also a cart that I've got with it. So when you get an animal down, or if you need to transport blinds or stands or anything. So I've just been kind of geeking out and learning that, and it's amazing how that technology is growing and changing ever faster. It kind of had a slow start, advent of the technology, but now there's a lot more companies, and there's just a lot more happening with that. So learning that stuff, and I'm a geek, so there's lots of input and be able to give some insight to some things I have with carrier and stuff. I actually had a carrier that malfunctioned. The bike actually came off the carrier and skidded down the road. So that happened when I was in between my surgeries, and I could go was it last year? Yeah, it was last year, and then I could go. So that was kind of a bummer. But, e-bikes. electric, just for mobilities. And there's some great solutions out there for anybody who's having a hard time getting around these days.
Yeah.
I would definitely say, go out there and take a look.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
How
no,
about for you?
that's amazing. Well, I don't know if I feel like maybe I've mentioned this before, but so my big whitetail that I shot, I don't remember if it was that year or the following year now that I think about it, but so I had entered it into the Minnesota Deer and Turkey Classic, and they had a special drawing for anybody that left their deer head there for the entire 3-day show. And I don't think a lot of people knew about that. They were just bringing them in, getting them scored, and then taking them with. So there was only about 100 people in that contest, and that they were giving away a Rambo bike. That was the big prize. And so the day they were going to announce it, I worked my way down there, and I'm standing there with Deb Lazinski and Tomcat.
Oh, Tomcat. Yeah.
So Tomcat's the announcer, and so they're giving away all these prizes and stuff, and they're calling all these names, and people are getting calls and getting all these little things, and I'm just like, man, they haven't called me yet. This is crazy. And so, all right, time for the Rambo bike, and Tomcat looks at the thing and he goes, well, I know this guy. He's like, Ricky Bruley, you're the winner of the Rambo bike.
That's so sweet.
So just a super surreal moment. I'm like, no way. So yeah, it was super cool. They took pictures and stuff, and they were in the outdoor news, and so the bike, it was a lot of fun when I had first got it, but it was one of the first runs, and like you said, they've come a long way. So that particular one that I had, the battery was almost already shot, and so after one season of using it, I would have had to buy a new battery, and I think they were $400 or $500.
Yeah, they're very expensive
for a new battery, and so then I was like, and it was really heavy. It was like 60 pounds. And I just wanted something lighter. So I ended up selling it to a gentleman who was going to be doing some hunting out west, and he wanted to use it for getting around out there. And so I ended up selling it to somebody, and then I ended up buying just a standard mountain bike with it. But now I've seen, just the technology has improved since then, and that we're talking 5-6 years ago now when this all went down. So a lot has changed in that time, and I've heard they've gotten lighter, and the batteries go longer, and they can go faster, and a lot more options that you can choose from too. I was looking at getting the trailer at that time, but again, by the time before I even got the trailer, I was having some issues. But yeah, that bike was really cool. I've got a ton of friends and buddies that use them, and probably looking to get one in the future.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's just the technology changes. Like mine's 1,000 watts, so it's a dual drive front and rear, so it's got a little to it. Yeah. And now they even have a 2,000 watt one, so you really can get up and down some hills. And again, St. Croix Falls e-bike pros, give them a look. Katie or Jeremy Appel, tell them I sent you. But at least there's something local there in Minnesota that sent. Then that's like central Minnesota on the east side. But they'll let you test drive the bikes and explain everything in great detail. And again, reach out to me. I can tell you what I know. And I'm going to lead you astray. I'll just let you know what I know. But it's been handy for me, like getting to and from the blind when I was able to go last year. So slick. And you just ditch the bike, and it's silent. The deer, if there's deer out in the field, they're just kind of like looking at you a little weird because they're expecting a motor. Yeah. So you just zip right by them, and they're just none the wiser. And of course, then you're leaving all that scent down too, because if you spray your wheels and whatnot with some scent killing, it's rubber. Yeah. So you're really good to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's awesome. So yeah, and I guess as far as my shiny object goes, right now, I guess I'm excited to be over the hump of the busy season. We're kind of coming down the backside of the hill now, and art season from the summer. Susan's last art show is coming up this weekend. By the time this airs, it'll be the weekend previous. But so again, now we've got some of our weekends back. We can spend some time with family, and I'm grinding really hard to get, for as long as I've been in my house, I've never really had my garage situated. the way I want it. And so I do some woodworking and stuff, and it's just been, I'm constantly like moving things back. It's like moving a pile of rocks from one side of the room to the other constantly. And so getting that organized, getting rid of stuff that I don't need. So pretty excited about that. And yeah, just upcoming hunting season. I haven't been in a tree yet, so I'm excited to climb into a tree, and should be just in time for, the weather to be in our favor, and also for, the phase of the rut to start to materialize and take advantage of that a little bit. And I've got a new blade that I'm really excited to test out. So I mean, it doesn't matter, whatever deer walks by me, he's going to get it. So
I saw that. That's a beautiful piece of that's a beautiful knife.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the artwork is what it is. So
yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's my shiny object, man. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, good luck this fall. Make sure that you let us know on social media what you're doing.
Oh, you'll know. I'm sure you'll know. If I'm not too busy making sure the other 6 pages that I manage, if I can try to get some of my own personal stuff out there. But yeah. So that brings us to the end of this episode. Huge thanks, Frank. I really appreciate all your time, and look forward to having you on again. We've got some more stuff we want to talk about. So don't be a stranger,
Absolutely.
man.
Well, thank you, and I'm just happy to be a part of the team. I always have been. It's nothing that I take lightly. So, thank you for giving me the opportunity just to have a voice.
Certainly, man. Certainly, we appreciate you for sure. And if you want to find us, The Range Podcast, you can find us on Instagram and on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram at ricky.wayne80 and on Facebook at Ricky W. Bruley. And don't forget to head over to the Vapor Trail YouTube channel. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe, and also hit that bell so you can be up to date on all things archery. And with that, we are going to pack up our bows, and we're hitting the range. Have a good day, everybody. Vapor Trail is now offering an exclusive discount to the Range Podcast listeners. Enter promo code TRP15, that's TRP15, at checkout for 15% off VTX bowstrings and Vapor Trail and Stokerized branded t-shirts, hats, and other gear.